Okay, so today with an all good authority, it has to be 100% Bad Moon Rising Day, and I'll get 3 of them. And the reason why mathematically it must be, unless they changed it, is because I looked at my own video without any external help or resource, right? Without anybody telling me in chat, without anybody, although maybe somebody mentioned it vaguely around 4th of July, that it should be around 4th of July, but without that or without looking it up, it should be 100% here. And the reason why, wow, look at that deduction, because my own video from a year ago actually was Bad Moon Rising. So I'm going to get 3 of them. I'll get 2 now, and I guess I'll get 1 next time because... Or no, I can get it right now still because we're almost done with the daily quest. So we finally get it after a long time of waiting. I'm almost numb to it. But now we can almost decide, like I always like to pit the plants against each other and the zombies against each other to see who does best during the course of an episode. I typically don't like Solar Flare, and she doesn't do that great. Green Shadow I always like because we have the 2 Dark Matter Dragon Fruit, and I like the mid-rangey sort of buff style. Let's just sit here and admire it for a minute. What a mistake, though, that I didn't get it the first time. But at that point, I didn't come up with this sort of minimalistic, absolutist philosophy of, like, saving the 500 gems, right? At least, like, people don't understand that either when I say it. Like, you know, I'll have 500 in reserve at all times just in case I like the event card coming up and I can always get it instead of having to farm out when it comes out. And then I'm like, oh, now I'm screwed because I don't have enough. So I always keep at least 500. I guess now I won't have 500, but this is what I was waiting for, and mainly. But, like, always keep 500 in reserve. So it's the same thing as having 0. Treat 500 like it's 0 because you could always just buy 5 packs with it anytime you want anyway. But just keep that in reserve in case there's something you want, and only buy stuff with what you get in excess. So the next thing we'll get is the Yeti Zombie. But no, like I'm saying, our top 3 for plants, I like Green Shadow a lot. I like... Wall Knight a decent amount, although I think if you play him really optimally it could get a little boring and control-ish, but the way I play him, because my cards aren't the best obviously, is still pretty fun. And I love the Disco Knight, Disco Nut, which is actually like the Mirror Nut, which I think is a stupid name, but whatever, it looks like a disco ball, whatever. And then obviously Captain Combustible isn't really my style of play to be that aggressive, but it works out pretty well. He has performed really well. So if I rank them, I like Green Shadow number 1, Wall Knight number 2, Captain Combustible number 3, and I don't like Solar Flare really at all. And it's ironic because the first episode everybody was telling me how good she is, and I don't doubt that she's good, but yeah, then if we look at zombies, which I'm going to like a lot now, I don't even know off the top of my head who can use this. Probably Super Brains obviously must be able to. The Smash isn't brainy. In fact, maybe only he can use it, but it doesn't matter. Like, it's just so good that it's transformative, literally transformative, but like your whole deck and win condition and everything can be based around this. And even having so many of them, like 3 is probably too many, but I don't care. You know, I've waited literally like 6+ months for this because I didn't realize how badly I'd want it and how unique, and what, there's no other card in the game really like this besides Cornucopia thing for plants, and even that costs like 10. You get to turn 7, you have a couple things on the board, like a couple 1/1s like I always do, and you just win the game. I guarantee you. And so now we get into the end game phase of the series where I want to get to rank 50, and that'll basically be the finale, but the problem is I don't play enough to do that, so I'll have to decide. I'm not going to say like I'm going to do it right now, but we'll get the Yeti Zombie, and then we'll try to initiate the end game phase of this series. It's been fun, but I can't play it forever. I went in very arrogantly the first day saying like, oh, this is going to be a simple casual card game, which it is. I'm going to collect every hero real quick and then do a permadeath run where I play, you know, once as every hero until I lose. I thought that would be the format, like more in line with the very fast-paced multiplayer permadeath gauntlets that I do like with Smite or League of Legends style stuff. But it obviously doesn't work because it'll take you so fucking long to collect every hero. Even if I didn't buy any packs or any event cards and I tried to only get heroes, I would always be able to... I still wouldn't have been able to get all of them, although I would have been able to get a decent amount, even if I exclude some of the other ones. Sometimes the full moon turns bad dreams into horrible nightmares. That's kind of dark. You can use one... Yeah, but people would always say use the stupid tickets or something, but you can't do that because, you know, I don't play enough to do it that way either, so it's fine. The only thing I might regret is not... Now, it says ends in 3 days, right? But it always lets you get it. It doesn't matter, though. I'm going to get all 3 of them right now. This is a big moment. This is really... I won't say it's like my favorite card in the game, but it's so important and it's so valuable, and it is a very fun effect, very much like a Shaman Evolve type effect with respect to, you know, in Hearthstone, yeah, see, I get the 100 right now, and I get to just spend it. I knew I had that from last time. You know, evolve in Hearthstone, transform a minion into one that costs 1 more or 2 more or whatever. Transform everything into a legendary minion. So all those kind of effects are fun because even though they're random, they're still pretty good. And in particular, you might be able to get Zombot and all this crazy shit from it, which does trigger the battle cry. So we have only those 2 new things to look at. And again, who is even brainy that I'd be able to use it? Obviously, Super Brains. And not Infinity. Is the Yeti zombie brainy too? He's not. So even though that's the one we would get next within my other criteria, I have a lot of rule sets for this. Like, I can only buy a hero outright if I have both a legendary of both types, which I don't think I do. I mean, my only legendaries for zombies is the one that I got, like the nurse, and then the... which that one's like a beastly, and then the... that's not even legendary. Beastly... and stealthy, right? And I think I looked through, and the only beastly / stealthy one that we have is obviously the Yeti itself, which he's not really that stealthy in this game. It's lore inaccurate because obviously he's just out there standing as the fucking hero. Like, it makes more sense as a minion who wants to return to your hand. Like, that kind of is a good effect. You know, some of the effects are good functionally, but they don't make sense really lore-wise, which you can't really criticize this. This isn't like Lord of the Rings or something where you have to be lore accurate, but still, you know, it's just a fucking, whatever, tower defense original basis of the subject matter. But I would so want to see an MMO made on this whole subject matter, though, even though a lot of these characters are specific to this game, or maybe they're from PvZ too, and I'm spoiling stuff that I don't even realize, but they're featured in Garden Warfare and they're featured in this game, but I don't know who they are. Like, they have nothing to do with the first game, and they may or may not appear in the second game, but where else do they come from? So I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, they invented certain character archetypes, but it's obviously just sort of random, right? Like, they just made sort of mascots for these other franchises that they're trying to milk the whole IP with. Obviously, we're going to put both of those in there. We'll even get another one. You know what's interesting with this, though? Of the 3 zombie heroes, the Smash has been #1 because he has kind of like that mid-rangey, beefy style where he has like the 6 mana, 7, 8 and stuff like that I like. And Infinity is second because he's kind of okay. Super Brains would have been my 3rd and least favorite hero, but again, I'm not going to complain. It's a good problem to have that I have to play as him, but I don't really have as much confidence in him as you might think. So what is something I can actually get rid of? And the answer is, this guy's often not that good, although he is pretty good value. And I could just get rid of maybe the 3... anything that I have like 3 of, although I like the deadly. So let me get rid of the fish check, even though I have a decent amount of 2 cost, so it's fine. But no, like, this marks pretty much the end game phase of the... like, what other card, if I look at my wish list, they don't always have to be legendaries, but... what other card would I even want in the game? Like, if I just scan through really quickly, what's something that I really, really like? I love the Octo Zombie. I would want this guy above almost anything else. Like, if I was allowed to craft, right? That I just love that effect, even though, again, people would say you're still going to lose on the board because they're going to just rush you down and stuff. It only takes up 1 lane. Like, I get it, but it's just one of those things. Like, he's actually invincible. He's an invincible god card. Like, this is like a Yu-Gi-Oh god card. Just fucking, you kill him and you get him back infinitely. There's nothing that can deal with that effect besides like the zucchini that basically polymorphs them, because there is no silence in this game. So this is the strongest individual effect in the whole game because nobody can do anything about it, right? So if it's in top deck mode, this card is invincible because you just can't deal with it. You could kill it 1,000,000 times and it just keeps coming back. This is obviously very good as well, that I always get triggered by when it gets summoned by effects like Bad Moon Rising. So now the BM in BMR stands for bad manners, because I'm going to troll people with it with no mercy because I've been waiting for so long. I like this card a lot. That would be like sort of my wish list if I could craft. But even when I do the rank 50 thing, I'm not going to craft. Right, because that's the point. It's still part of the same playthrough. I'm pretty confident I could almost get there. I could probably get to rank 40 right now-ish if I played enough, maybe. Because I've beaten people like at that rank. It's just kind of hard to say because the matchmaking is so busted anyway. That one's kind of, I like the idea, but it's just never gonna happen. Like, so many games end before it even gets to that point. Hey Astros, how's it going? Yeah, the Octo Zombie I would love to get, and the what was the other one? The Octo Zombie and the guy, the Viking guy. I love this one because I hate the block meter so much. I love to see anything that sabotages it. And then we also could look through here. But this was one of the big targets that I always wanted. I feel like there's not too many plants that I would care that much about. This card is kind of just funny. I just like the whole concept behind it. Attack for 6 damage in each lane, even though that's not what Wall Knights are meant for, but obviously it's extrapolating on the whole mini games from the first game. This guy is deal 4 damage each zombie. I guess the Cornucopia I would like for the same reason that I like Bad Moon Rising, because... Or anything like with Untrickable Precedent too. What does this do again? Damage the zombie here. Yeah, this is kind of crazy at times. This can be very, very good. Which of your series do you think is most popular? This one tends to be pretty popular on YouTube, at least. As far as like viewership, I'd say probably chess, though. People love chess for whatever reason. Or maybe I just, because I do it sometimes more often than other things. Or in the past, it would have been my hard modes or permadeaths, but I'm kind of casual. I don't really do them anymore. I just kind of don't have time. Starfruit is kind of fun. And I like all the AoE type stuff, slash damage. This thing is kind of a very valuable, unique effect that I was just talking about too. But yeah, this is basically the poor man's version of Bad Moon Rising. It's like the raw zombie is to the, what is it called? Elderberry is good. It's like the raw zombie compared to the Brainana, where it's just so much shittier, right? This is like we have Bad Moon Rising at home, Bad Moon Rising at home. Like, it's just not. Is it even like that? No, it's not even. Why did I think it was like that? Maybe there's another one. Let's see what Elderberry is. Yeah, I always was comparing this, but make a random plant in each other lane. I mean, that could be as good because... But no, on average, when you just say random plant overall from every plant in the game, the majority of those aren't going to be good compared to every plant above 5 cost. Oh yeah, I see this guy all the time. Okay, so let's actually... I mean, I would want to play a Super Brains, of course, because we just added that, but let's just still pay respect to the... Mole Kale is like BMR. Let's see, what is that? When played, each other plant... Yeah, that's kind of like a poor man's version, too. It is like a fun evolution effect. But yeah, see, the problem with some of these card archetype ideas is that there's often not enough of them. There'll be like one card in the game that does something, and that's it. Right? Like, I can't buy anything even if I wanted to because I'm saving the 500. I will get a third one. I don't care even if it's useful or not because... You know, when you wait that long for something, a very apt psychological analogy, too, that you would have, I better not use it like this, though. Actually, I won't, because he's gonna beat me and then ruin my ability to actually play it. The treetop fruit psychological ideation, which is that, you know, it's like this idea that I spoke about earlier in, like, my debate format or something, where it's basically the concept that, okay, there's like an animal at a tree, right? And there'll be a plant, there'll be like an apple on the tree, right? At the bottom or on the ground, and they'll eat that, and then they'll go climb up to the top and eat the apple on the top of the tree, and the apple on the top of the tree will taste better because they worked harder to get it. So it's like the psychological effect of having to work so hard to earn it that makes it seem better when really it's the same exact thing as the one that they ate lower and on the ground. So it's the same thing with people. Like, if you work super hard to save up a skin or earn like a skin or a cosmetic in a game, right? Even if it doesn't look good, like the legend card back in Hearthstone, you'll feel like, okay, it's more valuable because I worked harder to get it, not because it actually looks so cool. Whereas if there's one that like everybody gets for free, then nobody likes it, even if it looks awesome. This is my new deck named Guardian Package. Okay, let's see what that's about. I'm not going to know really the difference in some cases because I'm not too well versed with a lot of decks, but yeah, did that update even happen yet, or it was just a leak, I guess, so maybe not. I didn't have to download anything, so this is a very meme-worthy card, of course, with the voice and everything. That sounds so familiar. I swear I've heard that in some like YouTube short or something that has nothing to do with this game. He's pretty low on cards though, so that what the oh yeah, I should know that. I have he has very few cards, so I'm happy with that, but if he keeps using removal or something, I'm screwed. I'm playing this kind of like I would normally play I'm playing this like I would normally play Captain Combustible, so you know, just way too aggressively when I really don't need to. But then again, you can get saved by some of the healing and the block meter stuff. Destroy all grave. Oh shit. Yeah, I guess there's just nothing I could possibly do there. That ended a little quicker than I thought. See, if that had been a bad Moon Rising type of thing. I sometimes am bad about that. Like, this kind of deck you should be playing for board control. I don't know why I'm trying to play it so aggressively. I still didn't complete the daily quest because I only did like 1 damage to him. So let's do our combustible game on the ladder here. Stream title, thanks. I'm almost running out of them for this game, especially when you consider that I had to double up to do my hard mode, or I still am sort of doing that. You know, they're both to do with Plants vs. Zombies, so how many jokes and puns and stupid things can you make to do with plants? Even this game... Oh shit. Even this game ran out of them. That's why they stopped making new cards and ideas, because so many of them are just based around some sort of gimmick idea like that. Everybody's trying to stop me from doing the daily quest, though. Yeah, having 4 of them would have probably been redundant, but I totally would have done it too. But there's no way I'm going to earn that many gems in this amount of time. You have a decent curve, 1, 2, 3. I don't really care. You typically want to use this on face, but actually, because of how aggressively I play this, but actually it's fine if I don't. That deck got me from rank 20 to 32. Nice. Yeah, it would be interesting to test now. I'm going to have to see how far I can get myself, because I've never really played long enough. Every time I tried to get to like rank 20, I did it, but, you know, it's understandable, because even as casual and simple as this game might seem to be, if you only play like an hour a week, how far do you really expect to get, right? Even if you are playing with like an aggro deck or something. And I've also undermined whatever potential I would have had there by simply... having to do this permadeath thing too. I can't just play as the same deck or my best deck over and over. Every time I lose with the deck, you know, I can't play as that hero again for the whole episode, so it limits me there too. Because, you know, even with the best deck, you're gonna win 9 and then lose 1 and then win 9 and lose 1. Like, you're never gonna win every single game, so if you force yourself to stop playing when you lose, then it's gonna make it impossible. So transform this. Okay, let's just get rid of that. We can trade in. We have this. Everything's fine. I think it's +4. I guess I'll just do it, because why hold back? But down to 4. But no, it always makes me happy when their hand starts to get low, because then it feels like, okay, they're just out of reserves and they're gonna get screwed. And I'm very willfully dismissive of my own health value here sometimes. Diamond League is extremely difficult to climb. Oh, that goes away so fast. How am I supposed to read it? Diamond League is so competitive to climb. There's no streak bonus and you only get 1 star. Yeah, I think the whole losing stars per loss is the problem. Right, that I sometimes get spoiled by that. Or I'm even known in Hearthstone as the win streak abuser. That it would sometimes carry me, because I would like win 5 in a row, then I could lose 5 in a row, but I'd still gain a net positive sometimes because you abuse the win streak. So you win 5 in a row and it gets you way farther than losing 5 is going to do. But whatever, we can abuse it up to as far as we want. We can literally just kill you with that, so we don't have to worry about anything. Hackers are the main issue. But I mean, what would the hacker really do? They're not hacking to win the game, right? They're just hacking to get the best cards, which you would assume they would already have if they're at that level. So, right, like, it's not actually cheating, I don't think. I mean, it is cheating to get the collection, but Let's go ahead and just grab that. Don't even have to think about it. People would be cringing and telling me, don't do it, don't do it. They bully you with 40 click. Wait, what? That's actually kind of fun. That should be in some modded version. That's stupid though. So you can really do that? You can have 40 click Ps in one deck. Just because you feel like it? Like, what the fuck? We can let Super Brains do the honors though with my... That's actually kind of a weird one for it to turn out to be. I never really thought about who was going to get it. For some reason I thought Infinity might be able to use it. But the thing, like, I knew the Smash probably wouldn't. Although maybe it would, I don't know. Suit him too. I always thought the Quick Ps and going viral were too OP. I mean, you kind of have to work for them a bit though. Not if you can just start with 40 in your deck, but I mean, you know, going viral is like really slow. I don't know, I've never seen it really be that good because the game would have to go on for a super long time for you to get there, which at the higher level you might be able to dictate a little bit, but... Three teachers plus 3 virals is an infinite loop. I don't know what the teacher is off the top of my head, but I don't think I've really seen that happen too much. I even have going viral too, because that was another event card, right? I just wasted 500 gems on, but viral at 0 cost and teacher's duplicate. What is teacher? Is it like a sorcerer's apprentice maybe that makes your tricks cost less? Or it makes you draw a card whenever you play a trick or something. Okay, I'm not in the greatest spot here. Not that I would lose on purpose. It costs one. Okay, one less per teacher. Yeah, I don't think going viral is overpowered at all. It still takes a certain amount of work, it seems like, to get there. To make it good, you know. It can definitely be very slow. Like against a deck like what I'm using, it's not going to do anything because by the time you get there, you'll already be dead. I guess I'll do this for the conjuration. I don't know. Having one in your deck is an immediate immunity to... Yeah, that's true too. But again, how many... Maybe I just haven't seen the kind of decks that would be relevant against. How many times have I ever been close to decking out in my whole time playing this game? Probably never, because either I'm going to win or lose before that happens. It never gets to that point. Right, it's just never an issue because... I don't know. You're not seeing the kind of decks that would require that to happen. This is unfortunate. I'll just do it anyway. It generically only happens when you heal deck, so you're probably good. And yeah, the point is I'd probably lose to that heal deck before it even got to that point. Yeah, I still never got a chance to use that effect, I don't think. I got the little Psychic Spoon event card, and then I was trying to... you know, like, you get to look in the gravestones, but whenever I played it, it was too early in the game for there to be any gravestones or something else. I don't know. That still doesn't kill it. Like, you just never get a chance to actually use that effect. That's like the one interactable effect you can actually do with a card. Like, it lets you actually do some interaction besides... Oh, shit. You still may be very close to dying, but I have to be careful. If I just hit you in the face with this, you have 0 brain, so... Oh, why did that show up twice? Okay, now, guess who's gonna cuck me from actually playing Bad Moon Rising, because we're not... That is actually a trope of mine. Whenever I get a new card or something I'm excited to use, I don't get the chance to, because either I'll just end up losing before I get the chance to, or something, or I'll just keep winning but not getting it. But whatever, we don't even get to play as them because this is going on, but that's fine. Captain Combustible has by far the most wins of any character if I did like a spreadsheet, not because it's even better, but just because I always start with them because they're the newest hero that I got, and obviously they're fast paced, so it's kind of good to just sort of get to the point and get on a good streak. Or maybe I sometimes will. I think I've been authentic to it, but maybe I've lost, and Grass Knuckles and HG are the best heroes in the game. Everybody was saying Solar Flare at the beginning. I maybe somehow lose one and I don't even realize it because of how fast-paced it's going, but I don't think I did. I lost the one to him very quickly, and I still count those even a viewer game, right? Because it's not like it's going to go on that long anyway. Solar Flare is good for budget. Grass Knuckles is best overall. It's interesting that I don't see Grass Knuckles like all that much, though. Or maybe because they're all at the high rank, but it's not like I don't play high rank people anyway on the ladder because the matchmaking is so busted. Or like Rose just kind of triggers me in every iteration in her existence, like the whole stupid ass even in Garden Warfare I only played one time in my life, but she still somehow triggered me there. And then I don't like how she plays in this game. Heal mid Rose thing he was just talking about too, I think, right? HMR. I think you mentioned it somewhere. This is all we have to do, just go on a win streak from this to rank 50, but I guess that has nothing to do with... Or yeah, like, that's almost inauthentic too. I wouldn't want to do it as... I should try to get to rank 50 as both sides without using the other one. I fought a rank 8 instead of rank 26. Yeah, it's been... I fought a rank 50 at like rank 10 or something. And I almost beat him too. It was super close. Fusion. Okay, let's just do it there. Maybe I should have done that the opposite way, but... That's what gives me confidence. Maybe they're just underestimating me or something, but like that shouldn't even be that close. But even against some of those top tier decks, you can sometimes catch them off guard, and the secret is always very clear, right? You play them super, super aggressively where... I keep forgetting to do that. You play it super aggressively where it doesn't matter. Don't worry about the long game. Don't worry about optimal plays. Don't worry about other mechanics. Just go face hard and you might be able to catch them off guard, because if you let the game drag out, you're not going to win anyway, because they obviously have the late game value and win conditions, and my deck is very unpredictable. I guess a lot of my decks probably are, because they are just... It was unpredictable even how they came together, because, you know, I didn't know what I was going to get. Nice rhyme with hard and guard. Okay, let's go with this one. But yeah, if you just go hardcore with it, they'll never even know the difference. And again, like, that's what sometimes triggers me too, when people say, oh, I used this card wrong. But it's like, you know, oh, you should use this in some other situation, right? Some perfect scenario. But it's never going to happen anyway, right? So like, why even bother? You know, it's never going to get to that point where I get to use the exact optimal synergy. Sometimes you just have to do it just to do it, because otherwise you're never going to get the chance and you're just going to die. That is kind of like an arena mentality from like a draft. You know, you draft cards and you have to make the best of what you have, whether it just be because my collection here isn't the greatest, or again, it's come about in a very organic way, just because even it's not even up to me. So it was not just unpredictable for my opponents because of how random and hodgepodge and not meta it is. Or that's like an entitled thing I always find funny, that people say like, you know, oh, the reason why they lost is because you're playing something that's not meta, so they weren't ready for it, right? Like in chess, oh, I'm out of their prep because I'm not playing some established line in theory. Like, imagine what an entitled thing, like a 2,000 player says that, oh, I don't know that opening. It's like, why is that my problem that you don't know an opening? I don't know openings either, because I'm a 1500 clown, right? So it's like, oh, I only struggled with that because I didn't know the opening, as if to imply that I'm doing some kind of trick or gambit, or I know what I'm doing when I clearly don't, right? So you can throw even the best players off by doing something weird and unexpected, and, you know, they would never play around that because they never expect anybody to be doing that in the first place. Let's just do this, actually. Eventually you will be skilled enough to remember which gravestones are which zombies. Wait, how would you know that if you... But when they first play it, you won't be able to see what they are. Or you can just guess based on the turn, maybe. For example, if a sneaky... Oh, okay, I see what you mean. If a sneaky hero plays a gravestone on turn 4, it will be Pogo Zombie. Yeah, I don't think you know... I don't know how much that's been true up to this point, though, even because... people aren't always playing at some of these lower ranks the optimal stuff. So, you know, they'll sometimes just do random stuff like what I'm doing just because that's the best that they have. But once you start playing better opponents more consistently, then I'm sure that's true. But the thing is that sort of matchmaking goes both ways, where, you know, I could be ranked 20 and I'll play like a rank 5, so it's not always going to be so predictable. But yeah, I get what he's saying. Like, you'll be able to anticipate plays and play around them because everybody's going to be using the same boring, stale stuff over and over, unfortunately. This counts as the height as well. Beastly Hero plays Grave, turn 2. Damn it, why did those go away so fast? Plays Grave, turn 2, Pied Piper. And yeah, it's just the nature of the game too. There's only so many gravestone zombies that there could be. Right, just in general, this game is very limited. Like how there's that thing, oh, there's only one 9-cost zombie minion, and it has to be Zombot, which I think is kind of dumb. I didn't know that really, but I almost couldn't believe it. Like, how could there not be? But there's very few high-cost cards in the game, period, so... If it's like same thing with 10 cost being Trickster. So if you like evolve, you know, make something cost 1 more, then it's guaranteed to be that from an 8 cost. Only 2 8 cost Octo Zombie, and I don't even know who the other one is, but Octo Zombie is the only one I care about, and he counts as an infinite number because he just can't be killed. Plank Walker. I don't know what I'm exactly trying to do here. Get rid of that. Go here. See, now I'm going to lose a game like this because he's dragging it out way too long. Does a bonus attack? Sure. I can help you try and build the deck after the match. Yeah, sure. We can. I mean, it's only within the context of what I already have, so... I'm sure I haven't made the best possible decks per se, but sometimes I use stuff just because it's, you know, kind of fun, or just to try it if it's kind of new to my collection. But yeah, generally maybe there's a limit to how much. Yeah, I don't think I have a lot. I have a couple as plants. As zombies I only have 1 or 2. You can go here and then I don't even know. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. But no, it kind of blows my mind that I'll keep shitting all over Marvel Snap the whole time I play this. It's not a knock against this game because the expectation is what it is, right? I didn't expect much, and so he's better than I even expected. But the fact that I would choose to play this over Marvel Snap or even other maybe card games just shows you, like a Legends of Runeterra or something. That shows you something bad because the presentation and other things are satisfying. Maybe it's because I'm a filthy casual and that kind of suits me too, but I don't know. It's not like I'm put off by... God damn, I'm gonna somehow lose now. I don't know what this is. I should have put it there. It's not like I'm put off by, oh, you know, I play Magic the Gathering too, and that's so complicated, and it has like 10,000 cards or whatever, but, you know, that doesn't bother me. I actually like it. It just means it'll take me a lot longer to get somewhere with it, which is fine. You know, I was super late to playing that. I only started playing at the end of 2022. That was my first time ever playing it. So, like, it's a game that people have played for 20 years, and they want to act all, you know, snarky about it. Okay, that's actually perfect. Yeah, summon something else with 1 HP, you clown. That's the guy who's playing an aggro deck anyway. The best AoE in the game, probably, because... whatever, I mean, not really, but... there's just so few... oh, the block meter saves my dumbass. Planet gets +4. Doesn't really matter either because everything's dead. Literally everything is dead. Oh, but you know what? He's still not dead because... no, well... Oh, wait a second. Oh, I kind of miscalculated the whole thing. I mean, it's still fine, I guess, but now we're in top deck mode. We don't get the synergy from that. It wouldn't have been that I won, though. I don't know what I could have done. Because that thing wasn't going to die anyway. That'll block. 1 damage, okay. Oh shit, so we got one. No, don't get anything from that. Tower Graves and signature on Graves. Okay, this is still fine. I can still do it. Well, the heal is gonna kind of screw me over. What do you get him down to 2 or 3? 2. I can still get something good here that would finish him off. Damn it. I got like all the wrong shit. Fuck. Oh, that was at least close and interesting. He'll hit me for 1 there even, so I'm just dead. Whatever, at least I had a chance there. That was a nice little streak with combustible. Oh, what else did he say? I missed something in there. I feel like it's hard to say. Maybe I still would have lost, but whatever. Wait, he only has 2 zombie legendaries. How can that be? What? You have 2 zombie legendaries and no plant ones. I guess that shows you how lucky I've gotten, maybe. I have not only multiple plant legendaries, but I literally have... Wait, why is it showing me this? Oh, because I got the 3rd one. Which, of course, I'm going to put in there, too. Unlucky, but no, I mean, even if he could craft stuff, too. And even the zombie ones I have are kind of guaranteed somehow. Like, there's like a guaranteed pack for it. But it's a case where... Yeah, this is the BMR deck, I guess. But I can make an even better one. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, we can get rid of the 3 thing here. Yeah, like to get 2 dark matter dragon fruits is like fucking insane. Yeah, how many... Let's see how many legendaries I actually have overall. For plants, I have that thing, which I got pretty early on. This guy, 2 dark matter dragon fruits. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's pretty good. And then with zombies, I didn't get a single one from a pack. Right, whereas all 5 of those I got from packs, obviously. This one I got guaranteed, so that doesn't really count because, you know, I could have gotten 4 from just that. So this is the only one I've ever gotten from a pack. And I still have yet to get a hero from either side, obviously, from a pack, because the only hero I got was from the... I just manually bought it for $750, obviously. In a way, bruh, you got 1 copy of everything. I'm saving for Triceratops in the plant section. He's OP. Yeah, I've seen him a number of times. I like the whole dinosaur thing they did here. Triceratops, Dino gets +1/+1. Yeah, pick one that you want to make. We can do a Bad Moon Rising one, I guess. Sure. Let's see. How do we do this even? Decks, custom deck. Yeah, let's see what genius idea he comes up with. It probably won't be that different than mine. You know, like probably you want this. Like, first of all, we're gonna put 3 Bad Moon Rising in with no compunction, because that's the whole point. And I guess I will play this guy next to anyway, because Buried Treasure is great. Yeah, I would agree. That's pretty good. 1 mana 2/2 in itself is not bad. Probably I would put like 1 or 2 of these in here. I'd probably only put 1. Surprise Garg is what? Wait, do I even have Surprise Garg? That's something else, isn't it? Oh no, it is. What's the one that like every time you hit it, you get another Garg? That one's so good. Buried treasure. Okay, frozen mustache and all Sio something brain. I don't know what all. Yeah, guard, throwing guard. I wish I had that actually. Okay, frozen mustache, which I haven't really used yet. He technically didn't say that one, so let's wait. But what is the other thing he said? Syro. Yeah, that's fine. Is it this thing? Syro brain. I don't really even know the names of the cards that I necessarily have. I have to be sure I don't accidentally craft something too. Somehow I'll misclick it. Both beam me up. I've never been too impressed by this card. Like, why even bother? It's a 2-mana 2/3 with no effect. But just for my level of collection, it might be... Let me see. How do you tell, like, what is my total thing here? You can play it during tricks. Yeah, I guess. You have 720. I don't know, I'm just paranoid. I'll break my whole format and playthrough by accidentally crafting something and, you know... Okay, what else did he say? Beam me up, we did. Probably the anti-hero, you could maybe do 1. This, you could do maybe 1. The chicken isn't bad. 3 grave environments. Okay, that's probably something I wouldn't do. Right, I'm not too big a fan of environments. I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. 2 smoke bombs. But yeah, not only will I not learn the names of cards, it's sort of a deliberate thing too, not just because my memory is bad or something. But he's going for like a very low cost thing, which makes sense too with Bad Moon Rising because of the simple fact that I don't net deck, but I guess I don't mind doing it this way if he's gonna help me. 4 brain vendor. What even is a brain vendor? Heaven of these? What the fuck? Wait, what is that? 3 cost 2/1. Oh, he's... I didn't even see where he was looking. Yeah, of course. This guy's very good. Always the free real estate card. Right, he's literally a 0 cost 2/1 with no downside. 1 backyard bounce. Okay, that's not bad. I always like this thing too as a... You know, compare it to Zombot 9000 and it's garbage, but it can always be a surprise finisher. 4 Funded Razor. 4. It's the 3 arms. Oh, okay. That's one reason why I actually don't like zombies too much is that seems like way excessive, but that's like Pot of Greed, so that's busted. But at least in this game, it costs something. The chest Pot of Greed, you get to use... Oh, he's an environment lover over here. This seems like a little bit too... Yeah, see, this already tells you it's not my style because it's too few minions. You only have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minions out of 30 cards. The last 10 better be minions or, you know, I don't know what exactly you're playing for here. I mean, you'll get to the point of being able to do Bad Moon Rising maybe quicker. He's trying to ramp for it. 2 triplication gives me... Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah, these are all things I typically wouldn't use a lot because I'm not a big fan of tricks overall. Even though, I mean, you could say Zombot Stomp. That is such a good finisher play. Like, I'll just have a full board and then they try to play around it and then they can't because... I mean, probably you'd want the cowboy just for the sake of it. This shows you anybody who wants to make a good deck is going to be relying on tricks. Go to 1 cost. Yeah, let's do the cardboard guy just as a meme, even though he doesn't have any effect or anything. You could do the chimney guy is not a bad one. The headstone carver, I wouldn't normally say, but maybe you should have it with this one, right? Because, yeah. 3. But yeah, the whole idea is you have a lot of low-cost things, so you can obviously... your board will always be full, so you can always get a good Bad Moon Rising. Yeah, that always makes sense, given the commitment to this, which... I just feel like a lot of the stuff you're not going to get a chance to use. And one more brain vendor. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that I have some that are over the capacity of... Okay, so that's the whole thing. I must say it's not really my style of deck, but I guess we can give it a try. Or do I dare? Because now I won't... Well, it's not like what I was going to use is that much better anyway. Is this actually the one? Yeah. We'll give it a shot. This will be my first chance to ever play Badman Rising, unless I've gotten it from some other card, maybe. Like some card generation effect, but I don't think I have. Or maybe in some event bonus type thing. I don't think I've ever had a chance. Never play Paparazzi turn 1 dry. I would suggest re-rolling for Chimney Sweep. But I mean, if you re-roll and you get one anyway, you probably still should play it then. In the worst case, but... The mustache is fine, that's fine. So even he just said that, right? Never play Paparazzi turn 1 dry. But doesn't that mean you should... You see, you get it now. Unless I should re-roll these as well. I don't know. I guess I'll go against his advice immediately, but... I gotta just play something. I mean, I tried to re-roll it. I guess I could have re-rolled the other two things, but... I shouldn't really think that, oh, because they're low cost. Because most of the stuff is low cost anyway. I know, but I feel like I have to do something. I don't have this mentality that, oh, I'm going to save it for some crazy combo later, because I don't feel like that time is ever going to come. Zombie played here at gravestones. When zombies reveal, you get +1. Okay. But no, like a lot of stuff in here is low cost, so maybe I shouldn't worry as much. I could have just mulliganed everything. You play that for free. It will come. Yeah, I guess I'm too paranoid about. And in a way, that's kind of a bad thing because you didn't get the brains, or like, when will I get the brains now? Will it actually be relevant? I'll get them now for the sake of doing tricks, I guess. So that strategically makes a little bit of sense. You get +1 for the rest of the game. Freeze a plant, conjure a mustache. Now let's do like a combo, right? We'll freeze it and then... Yeah, we get it. It just seems like you're kind of hanging on a thread here, though, because... Now, like, what if I don't get any card draw? Then all these cards are almost, like, useless to me. Make a 1/1 plant, sure. We can just do it, like, here. We can wait. That's why you have 4 Funded Razor. Well, yeah, but I mean, if you just don't get one of those, then you just lose the game on the spot, though, because it's so... I just don't like this sort of deck philosophy, though. It's not like a balanced deck. It's a very one-dimensional, you know, if it works, it'll be really good, but if it doesn't, it just doesn't. Peak of the Devil there. When revealed, move the zombie, and it's in a gravestone anyway, so... Does that mean I should move it there, or does that mean... When a zombie is revealed here from a gravestone, I guess you'll get the +1 and then still be able to do something else. You asked for that with the B... Yeah, I get it. But, you know, it's a net positive, too, because, like, again, in my normal course of play, I always have, like, a full board of stuff anyway, right? Just a bunch of 1/1s and useless stuff, so... You know, it would just be a net positive. Making a 1 cost a 5 cost, you know. You don't have to go out of your way for it, and it's always a positive, unless your board is already filled with, like, 5 cost things, which... You know, that's still a good problem to have, I guess. We're in a good spot. He is pretty low. It's not going to get to the point where we even get to play this, really. I don't like cards like this, though. I mean, are we really in that much of a hurry to get there? Because now I'm not going to have enough minions to play with the thing, even if, you know, to transform. Alright, so we can move something. This is a very strategic move that I have to try to go for. Make a copy with Team Up. I don't really care about that lane too much. I saw you had 4 Swashbucklers. Do you have 3 or more Monkey Pirates? I'm not sure. I don't even need the brains. That's the thing. Okay, the card draw is very important. When you play a zombie here, you get +2. I I guess I'll just do it. I don't know. And we could move this to kill that thing, I guess. I'm not saying like I'm even playing this exactly right, but... yeah, that'll be handy for sure in the future. This thing would be enough to basically get you killed, but this guy's kind of on the wrong square for that to happen. We get it, but now this is the problem, right? All our cards have nothing to do with actually playing it, so... and it's not even to do with... it's not even to do with the water or the thing. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if I would even want to do it there because there's not enough. When you play a zombie, you get 2 brains this turn. Just to trade into this one, I guess. You get +1 for the rest of the game. All these environments, like... or maybe I should have just done it there, obviously. But I'm not too intimidated by that anyway. When revealed, you can move it, so... now you may get the brains back, right? And then I can do it, but... environments are important in BMR decks. I just feel like it's such a net positive good card, though. I don't even... fucking damn it. I don't even think of it like that, though. Like, yes, if you build... you know, it doesn't have to be a BMR deck. Just a deck that happens to have BMR in it is still satisfactory to me, just because it's such a good card. You get +1, which I don't even want, but his whole value is bugged out there, too. We were doing good, and then the game kind of dragged out a bit, so this is where you sort of shoot yourself in the foot. Shit. Now, that's just maybe my fault for having so many of them in there, but... so we could do the gravestone, or we could do this, which almost doesn't matter too much. We could do this, but there's nothing to use on. By that logic, playing 40 BMR... no, not like that, but I mean, again, like between 2 to 4 of them, even like 2 of them, but just again, in the normal course of play, you're going to get a good chance to do it, right? I could, you know, 100 out of 100 games that I have, even if I lose, I always have a board like that, where I have like too many things for them to deal with, but they're all just weak. I'm just dead anyway. Or no, I'm not. I had no faith. Even if we get to play it, it won't be a very good use of it. We can bounce the clown up. Why is it so hard just to finish them off, period? Like... when revealed, move it. I mean, you should be able to do this, but actually, mathematically, with the stupid block meter... what? Fuck. We don't get a chance to play it. But no, I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just... my style would be like, let's see what the difference with my deck is. It just has a lot more minions, so... right, this would be... I guess maybe not a lot more, but... you know, you get a lot of these low-cost things, so you're playing like an aggro deck, and then if the aggro... yeah, that's the whole thing. You play it like an aggro deck, and then if you fail to finish them off, then with all the little shitty aggro minions that you have left, you get to turn them into Gargantua. So it's the perfect, like, aggro into mid-range savior type of card, where you're able to, you know, your aggro failed, and you know you're going to lose in the long term, but then... it saves you by turning it into, salvages it into something better. That's my whole thing. Not that I've done that yet, obviously, because I just got the card today, but I mean, that would be the philosophy behind it. So before, it was basically just a shitty aggro deck anyway. Even though this guy is more aggro than anything else. But yeah, maybe sometimes my mentality with this game is wrong, but it's kind of worked for me, is that I just play stuff as soon as I get it because I feel like it's not going to last that long. Or if it does last, I'm going to lose. Right? Typically, that's kind of lame that hackers can just do whatever they want. I thought whenever people said people hack, I thought that the starting hand of mine is diabolical. Oh no. That they would just do it to get cards, not that... maybe I should just play on the board more and not try to... Oh, shit. Like, I ignore one minion and just let them have it, and then it ends up getting me killed, like the one last game that I played against him. First to plant hero, deal 3 to a random plant, that'd be fine. Or I guess it won't. But yeah, did he really guess that that's what it was going to be? Aside from the fact of maybe hearing me say it. But, you know, you wouldn't guess that from a gravestone probably because that's not a super common card. Yeah, that's kind of a very bad turn. Okay, but how does this happen? Because even if you're shuffling them in your deck, you're not going to get them for a super long time because, right, the likelihood of getting 3 that early is actually pretty low. I wish these chickens counted as zombies, that therefore you could give them well, it would happen too quickly though. I have to at least try to do that just because I'm gonna get destroyed by these either way. It was either Swashbuckler or that. You have to front for both. I should have done it there to open the possibility. Damn it. Obviously, this is the grass knuckles love that we always appreciate. That, you know, he's saying it's so good, but not everybody plays him. What an unlucky spawn with that, too. He's beaten me in these 2 games in such a basic way. Like, it's just simple board clear that, like, he's summoning 1 or 2 things. Okay, so who haven't we played as the plants? Who did I even just play as? Didn't I play as the plants at least a second time? I don't even know. Well, whatever. I'm just happy I got Bad Moon Rising. Now you know click... I mean, I can understand, but it's like... It's very situational. It's not always going to be... Oh, here we go. But now I can't play as zombies anymore. Who did I play as? Did I only play as Captain Combustible? How is that possible? I played a Combustible, then I played as the... Let's do Wall Knight, I guess. But no, Green Shadow is definitely my true love because just his style immediately was so much like my way of thinking. Even to the extent that... You know, mid-range style, even without the Dark Matter Dragon Fruits, I even have it on video that I loved him before that. Right, not that that hurt the argument at all, but it would be a case where, you know, 3-peater and buffing it and all that stuff was very fun at the beginning. That was the first really cool interaction that I was able to do when I first started playing. We got to save our little dinky ice block there. Or he's going to be doing a Bad Moon Rising thing of his own here. But see, this is the whole fun of the whole Nuzlocke style, too. Is that you'll sometimes be using stuff that people don't typically use and trying to make the most of it. But it's not always the same stale, boring thing. Or even if it ends up being that, then it feels sort of more earned and deserved because, you know, you're doing it just because you can, not because you have to. But I'm stunned that he has that few legendaries. That's actually surprising. You know, you would assume just because of, you know, he plays a certain amount that he would have gotten the ability to craft them over time or something, but... Wait, what even happened there? Whatever, that was still pretty good value play. We get one of my favorite cards. Both of these cards I almost think of as legendaries because this is legendary for the memes, the meme lord, and then this is just legendary to me because I love it. You can go ahead and you can just do this here. Now I don't have that many root things that I actually do. Right, but I think I almost... even that counts, or it doesn't. Because it's... Oh, no, it does count, right? We're in a good position. This can be very annoying to deal with sometimes. He's not really summoning much, so... Astrocado is a legendary that I guess we're spoiled by having. Right. A lot of the ones I have are just kind of good general value ones, too. They're not really, like, very... You could build around this, which you could, like, you know, keep blocking for it with the walnut, so if it dies, you get the pit and put it behind the nut. But even if you don't, it's still really good. Right, this is a strike through 5 cost. You know, like even the 3/2 that keeps getting +1/+1. They're just good cards, period, that don't rely on too much synergy. You know, there'll be some cards like that where it's just bad unless you... Like, you know, you would see that with even early Hearthstone. Oh, a 30 legendary deck. But a lot of them kind of suck because... You know, they rely on too much synergy or something else. Now we can win with the best defense is a good offense style here if you just... You know, even if you hit... Oh, I did that the wrong way, obviously. Why did I put that in front? Oh, shit. I really should have... Or no, I mean, it'll still do it, but it won't take the damage itself, per se. Is he gonna somehow win now? Are you serious, bro? Of course. What is that play, bro? Even if he hit one of my walnuts once more, I would still win, but... What? Or like that's one of those planned plays that of course exactly as planned, but we still have the ability to win. I just don't know what that sequence of plays was. So nuts, bro. Like he's just not meant to lose or something. Okay, we'll do that, even though maybe I didn't entirely need to. He has 9 brains, though, so surely he can easily deal with this. Or wait, what happened? I'm so confused. Is it, like, bugged? What happened? Why did he lose 7 brains? That immunity... Yeah, I wasn't going to take a chance. Now I might still not win, but then I could win the next turn. Oh yeah, he would have done that. Yeah, like why take a chance when I'm that low? But I'm surprised he couldn't just remove my stuff somehow. Good game. Yeah, if I was to say like what's my favorite card out of my whole collection, actually, come to think of it, like Bad Moon Rising is up there, but I wouldn't say it's number 1. I like this guy for the phallic imagery innuendo. This might be my favorite card actually that I have. It's just such a cool concept behind it, right? The best offense is a good defense. Such a beautiful way to reward you for all the nuts that you have and hide behind. It was at least my favorite Wall Knight card, or my favorite, what is a Guardian card? Let's pick like a favorite for each category that I actually have. Whoops. Petalmorphosis is one that I'm almost dubious about. Maybe I accidentally crafted it, so I haven't used it yet, I don't think. But what would be my favorite from here? This guy I've had some very special moments with where it always ends up being the lethal damage. I like this in theory, but I don't know, in practice. Maybe it could be this dinosaur. I love the way this guy looks. It seems like a boring pick to pick this one, but... If it wasn't a legendary card, it could be... Maybe we'll give it to this, even though it's not a good card. Right? Favorite doesn't mean it's best. It just means I kind of like the idea behind it. Yeah, I mean, it is, but it's just like it's too easy to pick a legendary that obviously is going to be a favorite anyway. This, I kind of like to make fun of how much it is a waste of time. I gotta make a deck just with this just so I can say that line. A Disgusting Act by Repeat Moss, which is even what I named a deck at some point. Just a Disgusting Act. Who would be my favorite here? This thing I like. Nothing really stands out a ton with this. The Podfather is kind of overrated. I don't know, actually. This one I don't have a strong feeling on. I like the cosmic stuff just with this aesthetic. Maybe I would say maybe Repeat Moss or this thing. I don't even care. This one, I like the Psychic Spoon. I don't even remember what this is. Lightning Reed. Planet of the Grapes at least looks cool and has a good gimmick laugh. I mean, you can't go wrong with Dark Matter Dragon Fruit. Even the snake thing I like. Summons one to the right. This thing I like, Anti-Spell. You know, this encapsulates a lot of things that I like. Splash damage. I like the whole tricks cost more. I like the amphibious. I like the statting. I like... Only thing that could make it better is if this wasn't... Yeah, we could do one more. Let me just go through these and sort of pick a favorite for each one. This is like... if this had hit face, like if this was 3-peater, then it would be way too good, obviously. But if it didn't just hit zombies next door, but if there were no zombies there, it hits your face, then it would be god level, which it already kind of is. And my favorite here is probably... Some of these are actually hard to decide. Like, they're all solid, but there's nothing that I feel like super strongly about. I like this guy. Astrocada's cool, I guess. This guy I like. Tactical Cuke. Yeah, I'm not like super enthusiastic about a lot of these. We're just doing this so we can crown Bad Moon Riding. It's not exactly like that though, because the pit can die after you summon it, right? There's no way to guarantee the safety of the pit. Whereas with the Octozombie, it really can't die because, you know, it's like a poor man's version. You summon the 8/8, but it doesn't matter because whenever they kill it, you get the 8/8 back. So it would be like that if you didn't get the pit, but you just got the Astrocado itself back. But you have to kind of work for it a little bit. Or even if the pit gave itself back every time it died too, right? This thing I like because of the Cthulhu imagery. Man, how the hell do I have so many of some of these? Like 8 of the same card, which normally you would never have. You know, my favorite for him, you might think is the Nurse, but it's actually very clearly this one. 6 mana, 7/8, my kind of value, because this is what I'm all about, a card like this. It has no special effect. Amphibious is cool, but like that's all it takes. Give me a 6 mana, 7/8, and I don't give a shit about effects because it's just so well statted. Right, 5 mana, 10/10 in Magic the Gathering, Gigantosaurus, whatever. We could say Bad Moon Rising for here, and it's not even a legendary. Otherwise, like, you're a wizard. This one. You're a wizard, Gargantuar. And then... what else do we have here? I don't have a strong favorite here. Frankenstein is kind of cool. The AoE is nice because it's one of the only AoEs you're going to have in the whole game. Everybody loves that guy, but... this thing just kind of looks weird. Or yeah, this is the Disco Ball one. They wasted the name on this. Make it 3/1 Disco Zombie, 1/1 backup. I'm not a big fan of that. What else do we have that we really like? I like all the armor stuff, but maybe this guy with the... and also anti-tricks. Plant tricks cost 2 more. This guy I love to meme on. Raw Zombie's garbage compared to at least Brainana. That sets the standard really high. I did get the virus thing. So probably the football guy. Some of them are just obvious, like a really high cost good card. Like, why wouldn't you like it? I'm not even that big a fan of the Cowboy, but meme worthy. I guess I like this card because yeah, so many of these I'm indecisive on actually. But yeah, like what would be my overall favorite card in the game, and at least that I have, is probably the Disco Nut. I can't really argue with that. Even over Dark Matter Dragon Fruit, I do like it a lot. Just sort of in its concept too. I'm not even saying it's the best. Disco Nut, this so like the two favorite that come to mind for plants is the Disco Nut, which is not actually what it's called. Maybe that's the only bad thing about it. And Dark Matter Dragon Fruit, obviously, even 3-peater. Then this guy, the 6, 7, 8. And then you have the obviously Bad Moon Rising. And then you have the Frankenstein, the football guy. Anything to do? Give chat. Someone gave a bit. Oh, I didn't see. Hey, 101. What did the plate say to the other plate? What did it say? I don't know. It's dinner time. Or yeah, I would love that guy that summons the knights. Whatever, the king. Zombie king. Why is my thing bugging out? Dinner's on me. Good one. Thanks for the bits. Okay, let's play one more. So I won that last one, actually, so we get to play as Wall Knight again, I guess. Even though I sort of improperly used that guy a little bit. Astrocado, Maniacal Laugh, can catch people off guard. Yeah, sometimes you do it in such a way that you just don't have a choice. Like, you know, because Raw Zombie is the best card of its kind for plants, you know, or I mean, for zombies, obviously, you don't have the option of Brain Anna, so you can't really, beggars can't be choosers. It's the best you're gonna get. But yeah, it's the only unfortunate thing about Batman Rising is only one of my zombies can use it. Right, I was hoping at least 2 of them could, but I never really looked at the brain, class, type, etc. You know, this could get really out of hand, or I could just ignore it, so it's hard to say. But when you're playing as somebody who's meant to be defensive, you probably should, you know, not let that happen. Like, I'm going to play aggro Walnut, which is probably still a possible thing, but I love the value that you get from this because... you know, it's so much, you know, how else could you get a 2 mana 2/7, 2 mana, you know, 1 mana 2/6? Like, it's just way better value than you could ever dream of, just because it's more health heavy. So that's fine, that's fine. I'm not really intimidated by this board, right? His hand was kind of, yeah, he had a lot of low cost cards, but nothing really that threatens me too much. So I would like to get rid of that clown, but I don't know how to do it really. This is okay, I guess. I got this more so for the memes than actual anything I think is that good, but you could do some sort of Divine Spirit Inner Fire type thing where you just buff its health like crazy, which is typically, the whole principle with that is it's typically cheaper and more efficient to buff health like that even than it is to, I should be fine with keeping that, than it is to buff attack, right? But in this case it would be the same thing, so it's pretty good. Like, they would never give you stuff the other way that would give you that much attack because it seems too, or it'd be more expensive. This is okay, or I mean, this is fine. This guy is kind of weird, but it makes sense with this type of deck at least. I'm getting spoiled by my pay-to-win legendaries that I have, clearly, even though obviously it's been not only a free-to-play playthrough, but not even a crafting playthrough, so it's sort of hard to believe in a way. But, you know, that's the game sort of rewarding me for my... Oh, look at him, he's top deck mode. Either he's using, like, not a very good deck, or he's just somehow just got very unlucky with it. Steal section from the block meter, which makes it a max, which I don't know what happens there. Sometimes it just kind of bugs out, or it just gives them like a free turn where they don't get hit at all. Like, it won't even trigger the block meter necessarily. Very unlucky. Okay. Oh no, it does trigger it. There are sometimes where it's at full and it just nothing happens. I knew Gravestone, so I mean, we gotta end it quickly though, otherwise he'll pull some crazy thing out. That's a nut block instead of a cock block, Or if I played the chicken AoE thing, you could put them all on the gravestones to cock block me, literally. You could do this, I guess. Whatever happens with the gravestones shouldn't even really matter. And whatever, we can just try to save the Astrocado guy too with the strike through. We have 2 strike through things too, so it's really over no matter what you do. Yeah, sometimes the simplicity of my deck design is is the greatest strength too. Like, they might not have any synergy or late game plan, but it just works in a more basic raw sense. And of course, sometimes out of necessity, because I obviously don't have all the cards or whatever. I don't always have the optimal setup. Good games. Yeah, we're pretty much in the end game phase. What I'll do next is I'll save up for 750 gems for the Yeti. And then once I have the Yeti, I will try to make an end game finale for the series where I get to rank 50. But what I almost want to do is get to rank 50 with... No, I mean, it doesn't matter, but... like with both, in the sense that like only as plants and then only as zombies, but that might be too much to ask. Right, you should just be able to do whatever you want between them. Okay, see you tomorrow.